NXT Takeover Afterlife. The final NXT Takeover ever. You know what's funny? Is I made my episode on the second, my debut on the second episode of NXT against Deadpool All Day of all people. Of course, didn't go as I planned, but it was a start, wasn't it? All the way from Takeover Redemption to Takeover Afterlife. A 5-year streak, a half a decade that VGW NXT has been a thing. Ever since NXT's return, it has been better than ever before. Ever since I beat Christian in Takeover Survival 2, it taught me something. It showed me a new way of life. It showed me a new way to a better place. And this led me to the Royal Throne Tournament. The winner of the tournament would get a shot at a championship of his choosing. And when I faced Shinsuke Nakamura at TakeOver King's Arrival, I brought the fight. I brought the biggest fight that I could. And so did Nakamura. But who came out top? I did. So that leads me to you, Cedric Alexander, Mr. NXT, the NXT champion, the leader of the Age of Alexander. You know what's funny? And I've said this in the four-way promo on episode 63. But you, Joe, AJ, y'all came down from the main roster when the main roster was over to NXT. Why? Because you wanted to continue y'all's careers. Because I was helping set up NXT for the shot that I wanted. Cedric, I have had that my eyes on that championship for forever. The NXT championship is the number one thing that I've wanted ever since I've made my debut. That's a fact. This time, no more shenanigans. No more injuries. No more obstacles to stop me in my path to greatness. I won my match against Chris Jericho at TakeOver Destiny back in 2019 to be called the greatest ever in VGW NXT. And that is still going to be the case. And yes, I am nervous. You know why? Because this is probably the most important match of my entire NXT career. You beat me before, Cedric. You beat me right before the tournament. And I underestimated you when I shouldn't have. And that was a mistake on my part. But this time, Cedric, at Afterlife, what you saw against Nakamura, that's nothing what you're going to be getting at NXT TakeOver Afterlife. What you're going to be getting in that NXT Championship match. You and Samoa Joe put out my best friend Christian. We were able to get back on the same track, and you ended his career. And I'm not going to stand for that either. April 1st, 2022. It is a Friday. The Rated R Superstar Edge versus Mr. NXT, the NXT Champion Cedric Alexander, one-on-one. And Cedric, I'm going to go farther than I've ever gone before. That side of me from the past, it's still in here. I have learned to keep control over it over the past year or so. The one that knows when to get in your face. No filters, no boundaries. That was what I made myself named as. And I'm not afraid to bring him out again. So Friday, Cedric, be ready. Because you're going to be having the fight of your life. And on night 2, whoever wins between AJ and Samoa Joe, Samoa Joe could end AJ's career, and AJ can finally pick up a win against Samoa Joe. Whichever they are, whoever they are, it doesn't matter. I will face them on night 2 and be holding both the North American and the NXT championships above my head. And you can be damn sure that that is going to happen.